Hello, I'm Carla. This here is Diana. She's helping me demonstrate Tadasana today. In this Tadasana tutorial, we're going to just briefly touch on a few things Tadasana related. Tadasana is the mountain pose. Tada stands for mountain. It's also sometimes called Samastiti. In Tadasana, you want to bring your feet together. And a lot of people have their toes. So if you just let your feet go, a lot of people, their toes come apart. You want to make sure that you're trying to get the toes together, which is especially difficult if you do have bunions. If your knees don't allow for the feet to come together, then taking the feet hip distance apart with the feet in a line of the feet facing each other. So Tadasana, you start at the base. You want to stand tall like a mountain. In the beginning, when you come to Tadasana, you learn it as a pose, but it also leads you into the standing poses and you come back to Tadasana after the standing poses. So initially in this Tadasana, can you press your heels to the floor? Can you be tall? Can you extend your fingers down to the floor? You want to find a balance of action and passivity in the pose. So as you tighten the knees, as you grow tall, as you bring the arms alive, are you tightening in the jaw and the shoulders, the skin of the face? The certain areas of the body just have to be soft. In Tadasana, as I said, it's the mountain pose. The feet have to ground you, but you're spreading, so all four corners of the feet are into the floor. Many people have collapsed arches, myself included. You want to engage the foot, lift the arch, and as you lift the arch, you'll see the leg becomes alive. In many ways to get the leg active in Tadasana, imagining that you're cling wrapping the limbs, so bringing the thigh muscles to the bone, compacting at the calf muscles should also bring life to the knees. You're breathing, yeah? So you're holding the pose, not the breath. Again, if you cling wrap the arms, you'll feel that the arms become active also. So breathe here, sides of the body long, shoulders are away from the ears. Some people, and you'll have to look in the mirror if you're one of those, if your calves swing out and the knees come together, you want to move the outer calves back. If you're unable to get the legs together, you can take a folded blanket, a shoulder balance foam, and placing that in between the knees also gives you a little bit of grip that you can press the outer thighs, compact the outer hips, and then you're going to rest. You're going to turn to your side now, please. So different people stand differently in Tadasana. Diana's going to come to her Tadasana. And lots of people have the hand coming forward in Tadasana. Move so that the thumb comes to the side seam of the pants and the whole upper arm must actually draw back. So don't allow the hand to be somewhere near the front thigh. Bring the whole upper arm back. People like Diana, let their front groins pop forward. She's doing a good job of controlling it. A lot of people sit with their groins forward, and this puts a lot of ache and pressure into the lumbar spine. So from the front thigh, roll into that front groin, move the front groin back. That action of taking the front thigh and the front groin back should also help to release the buttocks. So the buttocks are not clenched, it's the outer hips that are compact. Extend into the arms again. Front shoulder is back, shoulder blades are into the body. If you have a tendency to let your head come forward and the body to round in the upper back, you want to lift the head up, take the sides of the neck back. Notice what happens to the abdomen in all these movements. Keep the abdomen lifted back, keep breathing. Again, if you stick out the buttocks when you stand, you have to lengthen the buttock flesh down, middle buttock in. If you take the middle buttock in and against that, keep drawing the front thigh back, feel what happens to the abdomen. You can also do Urdhva Hastasana in Tadasana. So Urdhva Hastasana, arms up over the head, keeping the rest of the body unmoved. Outer calves cutting back, thighs are strong, buttocks are down. With the arms up, breathe. Again, you want to move the upper arm behind the ear. Each inhalation, stretch the sides of the body. Each exhalation, control the front ribs to the back ribs. And as you exhale, softening in the shoulders, release the hands down at your sides. You can turn to the front again, thanks. So there's many movements in Tadasana that are important, and you trying to synchronize what the feet, the legs, the abdomen, the back, the spine, the buttocks, the shoulders, the arms are doing throughout your Tadasana. In Tadasana, that extension of the spine, so coming to an active Tadasana once more, make sure the legs are together, the feet are together. You want the inner lines of the legs, the outer lines of the legs, all four lines to move back. That was something Abhijata taught in India when we were there. So move the thighs back in that manner, but keep the middle buttock forward, keep that lift of the abdomen. And most importantly, keep breathing. So if that lift of the abdomen causes you to hold your breath, breathe. Each exhalation, make sure the jaw is not clenched, relax the shoulders and the throat. Exhale, press into the heels. Inhale, extend the spine. So this full extension of the spine, this openness as you lift from the bottom breastbone to the top breastbone, as you spread across the collarbones like a water fountain, that has to happen. And when you find that lift, control the front ribs back. So as you lift the chest, don't let the abdomen and the thighs come forward. Breathe. Gaze is soft and ahead of you. As you lift the gaze, feel the chest lifting, get that internal uplifting. Breathe. And once more, engaging the legs, engaging the arms, Urdhva Hastasana arms. Rolling that tricep towards the face, coiling the tricep towards the face so that the top shoulder is free. Breathe, engage the legs, breathe. Exhale, control the abdomen, breathe. And on an exhalation, release. And here, let there be softness. So when you come out of the pose, allow that Tadasana to just be a soft Tadasana, Samastiti, where you're feeling the effects of the pose when the body is at rest. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight into your Tadasana. In terms of the groins, you have to find a neutral position with your pelvis. So if you imagine the pelvis being a basin, if I stick my buttocks out, the water is going to fall out the front of the basin. If I stick the groins up and lift the pubic bone, the water is going to fall out the back of the basin. Yeah. So taking a breath in between your two thighs, right at the top thigh. Take the feet together if you can, clasping that brick. And then you're going to play around, just figuring out what your legs do and what is internal and external rotation. So roll the inner thighs back, the brick will go back, the buttocks will go back, feel. And then roll the brick forward, feel how the groins pop forward, how there's clenching in the buttocks. So if you play around, just rolling, notice how the weight moves on the feet, notice what happens to the pelvis. And you're just rolling the thighs inward and outward. And then releasing the brick. Now you've got that lovely space in the and openness in the middle groin, the inner groin. And again, feel, can I take my pelvis into a neutral position? Where I'm not lifting the pubic bone higher than the tailbone. I'm not lifting the tailbone higher than the pubic bone. Breathe. Are the thighs engaged? Roll from the front thigh to the inner thigh. Roll from the front thigh to the outer thigh. So all four lines of the legs are rolling back. Just find that last strong Tadasana. Feel tall and steady like a mountain. Grip the muscles of the arms, the legs to the bone. Close your eyes and you'll notice how much your body oscillates. Can you bring yourself towards yourself? Can you quiet the stillness in the body? Open the eyes. Release. So practice Tadasana. Thank you for practicing with us. See you next time.